Welcome back to my channel Knowledge Chronicle.
Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating debates in human history. Do we listen to our heart or to our brain? We often hear people say, follow your heart when making tough choices, while others say, use your brain. But scientifically speaking, who really controls us, the heart or the brain? Let's uncover the truth step by step. Why do we say, follow your heart? From centuries, poets, philosophers, and even movies have romanticized the heart. We imagine the heart as the seat of love, emotions, and intuition. But medically, the heart is just a muscular pump, responsible for circulating blood and oxygen in our body. So why do we feel like emotions come from the heart? It's because when we are emotional, scared, nervous, or in love, the heart rate changes immediately. When you meet someone you like, your heart beats faster. You know, when you are scared, your chest feels heavy. So for a long time, people connected emotions with the heart. But the reality is, it's actually the brain that triggers these reactions. The brain is, well, the real decision maker. Our brain is like the CEO of the body. It weighs pros and cons, calculates risks, and makes logical decisions. It has different parts working together. There's the prefrontal cortex. That's the rational part, responsible for logic and planning. Then there's the amygdala. That's the emotional center, handling things like fear, anger, love, and excitement. And finally, the hippocampus. That's the memory center, storing all those emotional experiences. So, when you're making a decision, like choosing a career or deciding whether to talk to your crush, your brain's logic and emotion centers actually start debating with each other. That's why sometimes you feel confused, almost like there are two voices fighting inside you. Emotions aren't magic. They're really just chemical and electrical signals in the body. Neurons in the brain talk to each other through electrical impulses. And you know, these impulses trigger the release of neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, and norepinephrine. At the same time, the brain signals endocrine glands to release hormones like adrenaline, cortisol, or oxytocin. For example, when you see someone you love, your brain releases dopamine, which is often called the pleasure chemical, and oxytocin, the bonding hormone. That's actually why you feel butterflies in your stomach. And when you are stressed before an exam, the brain releases cortisol and adrenaline, which increase your heart rate and make your palms sweaty. So emotions are basically a combined product of neurons and hormones. Here's the interesting part. Even though the brain controls emotions, the heart is not completely out of the picture. Our heart and brain are connected through a communication network called the vagus nerve. When you're anxious, your brain signals your heart to beat faster. But the heart also sends signals back to the brain about how the body feels. This is actually why deep breathing and meditation calm the heart rate, and in turn, calm the brain. So, while the brain creates emotions, the heart amplifies them. So, let's talk about experiment 1. The Iowa gambling task. Scientists gave participants decks of cards with rewards and penalties. Interestingly, even before people could logically figure out which deck was bad, their heart rate and sweat response changed when they picked from risky decks. This really shows that sometimes the body reacts before the brain consciously understands what's going on. Moving on to experiment 2, love and fMRI scans. When people looked at photos of their loved ones, fMRI scans showed activity in the brain's reward centers, not in the heart. So yeah, love is truly in the brain, not in the heart. So, who really controls us? Well, the answer is both. The brain creates emotions, decisions, and logic. The heart reflects those emotions physically, making us feel them strongly. It's a team effort, honestly. When we say, listen to your heart, it really means trust your emotional brain signals, your intuition. And when we say, use your brain, it means trust the logical side. The best decisions in life come when we balance both emotions and logic. Imagine you got a great job offer in another country. Your heart or your emotions says, don't leave family and friends, you'll miss them. But your brain or logic says, this job has better salary and growth, it's a smart move. If you only follow the heart, you may miss opportunities. If you only follow the brain, you may feel unhappy and lonely. That's why the secret is, balance them together. So next time you face a big decision, remember, your brain is the scientist, calculating risks and rewards. Your heart is the artist, making you feel emotions, and together they shape the life you live. This is the truth behind the age-old debate of heart versus brain, who controls us. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to support us. Your one like, share and subscribe will help us create more valuable content.